Where can we start our studies as beginners? What is the first thing should someone new to Buddhism learn? Each teacher can have their own way of teaching. Each, monastery or school or society or can start in different ways. Each person can do it in a slightly different way. I don't think there is anything that it has to be one way. And this is actually the most important thing in Buddhism, that it should not be one way. It is not possible that only one way would be good for everybody. That's why Buddha taught so many different type of yanas and different approaches and different teachings. If only one thing was enough for everybody, why should he teach so many different things? It is said that he taught 84,000 different paths. So there was no need for that. So therefore, there's nothing like that. So one can start to study. We can start at any place, I think. You can ask one question like this, and then, we can start from there, and then, a little bit more and more. You can study one book, you can study two books, you can study three books, and then whatever little you study, you can practice it. You can, you can internalize it. You can, make it part of your life. Sometimes, it is good to learn a lot. You can, you can have, you can learn many different things. You can study many different texts, and you become a great scholar, and then and then you can practice them, and that's very good also. But sometimes, or some people, you get a very simple, instruction, or just the most, simple things, and really chew on it and practice it, and really, use it, and sometimes that is enough, so therefore, there is nothing that, it's also not, it is important to study, important to understand, important to know, but it is not always true that if you are a scholar, knows all the theories, you are a better practitioner, you are a better person. It's not always true. Sometimes, people who know a lot of information, but haven't internalized or integrated in them, can become very negative and sometimes very destructive also. So it doesn't depend only on that. Yes, study is important, study is very good, but study and what you study, you need to bring it inside you and use it on yourself. And then, if you can do that, then it will be very useful. Otherwise, just concepts and lots of concepts can sometimes makes you more confused also, because I know this, I know this, I know this, I know everything. Like there is a story that when Atish Dipankara, the great master from India, was invited to Tibet, and then he came to Tibet, and then he asked his translator, "What have you studied?" He said, "I have studied this, and I have studied that, and I have studied all different kind of schools, all different kind of philosophies, all different kind of texts and classicals and teachings of Buddha, teachings of all the great masters. He has studied so much. Then Atisha the monk said, "That's wonderful. You have studied so much. Actually, there was no need for me to come here. You have studied everything." Then he says, "How do you practice then?" And he said, "Well, I will practice according to what each of these different texts and different instructions say." Then Atisha Dipankara said, "Oh, there was really need for me to come here. Because you need to, all these different teachings, you need to learn how to put it together and then make it in a way that one person can practice it. It can be integrated into one practice. And if you don't know that, different practices or different teachings and different texts you have learned, it's just a scattered knowledge, So you have to combine it together. You have to learn how to use it on one person. So therefore, that's the important thing.